Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about how to make a relationship work 101, not 101, but I think two concepts that are very important when it comes to maintaining a relationship. Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red buttons below. I will love you forever. And if you want to work with yours truly, whether it's a phone, email, or Skype session, links are down in the description. Ladies, trust me, get the session. It's good to get the clarity, the closure, learn the philosophies, the theories, and to stop digging yourself into a deeper hole that you're in with this guy. If anything, just to save your time, even if it doesn't work out with the guy, right? Just to save time. It's not worth it. It's not worth the stress and the anxiety. I don't know why people just go through with it. But so here's the thing. I am actually making this video because I've had a client, an email session with a client where the guy and her have been on 7 dates. They've been good for the most part when they're together, but when they're away, it's long distance. Not super long distance, but long. And he's just not as reactive. Like, he doesn't reach out, he doesn't initiate, he doesn't talk and text all the time, all that kind of stuff. And she's wondering, well, is this a good sign or a bad sign? And what I told her was this. I said, well, it's hard to say because there's some people who, like me, for example, like I'm just not a talker and a texter. I just don't like doing it. And if she pushes for that, maybe we're different attachment types. Maybe we're doing things for different reasons. Maybe we're on different pages in terms of the relationship, meaning like maybe she needs the communication while I'm very secure with where we're, with things. Whatever. There could be a million reasons why the guy doesn't reach out. However, pushing it, if he's not that type, pushing it will become a liability. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just roll over and say, no, okay, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to reach out to me. No, if you want the guy to do so, then he needs to reach out and do so. A guy's job is to provide and satisfy for a woman. Okay, and if you can't give her that, then there's a problem. So there is good communication in terms of that. However, if you keep on bombarding a guy with it and he can't give you that, then it does become a liability because you're pushing him, and it's just not what he can do or what he can be. Okay, and that kind of gets me to the other part of this video, which is it comes down to assets and sustainability. You already know it all. Is sustainability for assets. It's what you can gain from me while having something that we can do that's sustainable. So, for example, if this guy and this girl are having a good time in this relationship, but he's not really a good communicator, well, that's not sustainable because she's bothered by that. At the same time, if because she's bothered by it, she's going to reach out to him a bunch and poke at him and say, hey, I need you to do this, I need you. Over time, especially if it's long distance, it's more of a liability because you have a hard time gaining the assets. And I don't mean that sexually. It could be just time together, because of the distance. So it becomes liability because of the distance. But on top of that, on top of the distance, she's asking for more resources that he's just not able to give her, whether it's a lack of attraction or not even a bad thing. Maybe that's just not who he is. Like, I'm just not a texter and talker, okay? This guy might be the same way. So to maintain a relationship and to keep it happy, healthy, loving, and all that kind of stuff, there has to be assets that are worth investing in, and it has to be sustainable, okay? Now, think about your relationships and ask yourself if you have those two things. And again, ladies, this is why a man will always show a lot of interest in the beginning and then it kind of dies off. Dying off isn't always a bad thing. It is if it goes like this and then goes like that. But if it's like this and it goes off into a maintenance stage, that is okay. Okay, so with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.